Alright. Cool. Make sure that's all there. Cool. Alright. So, alive. I'm going to be fixing up this thing to start off with. Yeah, so this is a prime example as to why sometimes, you know, DIY repairs are great, but if you don't have the necessary skills or the tools, you're going to end up with a real kind of world of hurt. So, as we can see, this has had a switch replacement attempt. Basically, the owners tried to remove the switch, and this is something that really kind of annoys me. I had to replace a switch, well, pair of switches actually, in a Kingtone Duelist, right? Expensive pedal, $600, something like that. Not cheap. But they use these kinds of oval pads because instead of using a type of switch that has like dedicated PC pins, like, you know, for mounting on PCB, they use these ones. They're designed for like fly leads. So what you're doing when you install that is you're increasing the surface area, making it more difficult for it to remove. So normally to remove them when they're installed like this, I'll use Chip Quick. So Chip Quick is a low melt soldering alloy. There we go, in a packet, like so. It is not cheap. This 8 gram, 7.5 gram amount of Chip Quick is like $30. That is insane. But it is kind of the only way to remove that the solder from there, because it allows it to stay eutectic and liquid and that at a far lower temperature. So you can basically heat up all the pins and pull it out without damaging everything that's there. Now, in order to fix this, what I have to do is I've actually got to run some jumper wire. What I've got for that job specifically is this stuff. Zoom on out here. There we go. Super fine Kynar wire. So this is like 30 AWG, which is absolutely minuscule, solid core, silver-plated copper wire. But it's good for these kinds of jobs because it's, you know, about the same size as most, like, you know, reasonable PCB traces. So you can actually get them in there. You can also slide them into existing like PCB holes like that, through-hole ones where they've been damaged. So if there is like a through-hole connection, you can kind of connect both sides of the PCB. If that switch needs to be replaced in the future, well, you're going to kind of have to redo that work again because, you know, it may not necessarily all work in that get-go. Yeah, we can see on the back here as well that some of those pads have gotten damaged as well on this side. What I need to do then is I need to go through and actually figure out where the jumpers are going to go, put the jumpers in place, and then we go to it from there. Get some power on. Don't need the desoldering iron on today. Just going to be doing soldering. Hey, it would help if I share it in other forums as well. Just realised I was like, wait, why is there nobody watching? Oh, because nobody knows that I'm actually here. Duh. There we go. Create post. Go to that. Go to that. That can go away. Don't care about that. Add photo from desktop. That one there. There we go. Alright, and how's a look on that one? Go, that'll do. Hey, and good morning to you too. Given that it's a Tuesday morning here in Sydney, undoubtedly those over in the US aren't exactly going to be, you know, on board for checking out something like this at this time. So mainly it's just I'm repairing stuff anyway. I may as well just be, you know, talking into the void whilst I do so, fixing up bits and bobs. Need my chair. Need my chair. Oh, there we go. Unfortunately, this chair is way too low, but it'll have to do. I've got to actually get myself I went and checked out some lab benches the other day. Yeah, they're about $550 for a half-decent Aussie-made one, so Not the cheapest things in the world, but, you know, buy once, cry once, that whole thing. Okay, so we've got that there. Let's just quickly reconnect that, because I don't remember. Wait, how was that? I don't even remember how that was connected now. Damn it, I forgot to make note of these things. Okay, so that one's going up and down to there, and then there was ones on that side as well that were going there. Ugh. Okay, let's try this again. Desolder on. Get some nice little snippy snips here. There we go. Unfortunately, the ones that I had for cutting kynar went missing, so I had to get some new ones. One thing I'd say to people is never, don't buy anything from Exxon. Seriously, X-O-N, that company. They suck. They take so long to ship everything out. It's kind of beyond a joke, really. Like even some of the other, you know, some of the other companies, they're a bit smaller than Mauser or DigiKey or anything like that. They're at least kind of okay. These guys took a week to ship out my order, which is a nightmare. We're not talking like a company of my size where like sometimes it does take a week to ship out because I literally have no time. This is just, yeah, it just took forever. Absolute nightmare. Nightmare stuff. All right. Right for true bypass, left for tails. Fair enough. Oh, temperature is horrid in here. Very, very warm. Very stiff, unfortunately. Not ideal. Looks like we're heading back into the throes of La Nina, so it's going to be wonderfully wet over the next however long. It's going to be terrible, terrible stuff. Such is life, though. Survive. There we go. Cool. Alright, so let's get that out of the way. That should give me... There. Oh, stay. Okay. So I've got that trace that's running from there to there. That one's going up and down that way. It doesn't matter. Which ones are going to the pads? Okay, so that one's going to there. And that one's going to there. Okay, so it's just those two. The outer two. Alrighty then. Okay. Most exciting thing in the world, watching someone wrangle with fine kynar wire. Brilliant stuff. So that's going to go there. Get it up and over to there. Come on. In like so, you go on, go. Like that. That one will go to there, at which point I can cut that about there. Cool. Okay. Teeny, 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 tiny. Excellent. Alright, so that one's going to go from there to that corner. Goes from there. Okay, it's going to be shorter round than I thought. Yeah. Right. No, let's try that again. Okay. This corner down to that one there, so I can just go straight across. Ain't too bad. Cool. Alrighty. The most exciting thing in the world. It's like watching paint dry this. Come on, there we go. Yeah. Pedals are a pain in the ass, but they pay the bills. You know, stuff like this, at least I can go through them relatively quickly and not have to worry too much. There we go. Pedals, I can just go, alright, cool, turn brain off for a minute, fix a lot of mechanical stuff. Having to trace faults in some pedals, though, is a real nightmare. This one, yeah. This one, the dude really screwed up on this one. And so he stripped out all the through-hole plating on it, so I have to go, like, basically up and over on the outside. Come here. I'm going to have to use tweezers. I hate tweezers. I can't find my little flat-nosed ones. Jim, hey, how are you? All that jazz. Bidink. Ugh. I hate these tweezers. I somehow bent the tip of them as well, which is annoying. Yeah. I got another pair of tweezers that are instead of being like the needle nose type ones, they're like kind of a flattish type, but I can't seem to find where they got to, which is a pain in the butt. Give these a bit of a clean too. They're covered in gunk. No, get off there. Come on. There we go. That's better. That's better. Cool. All right. Little teeny tiny pieces of Gina. Come on, come here. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go, that's going to wrap around that, and that's going to go into there. So we'll get a little bit more off of that. Get off. There we go. Cool. So that will go right on into that. That will give me enough room to be able to wrap around that one. Cool. Good, 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 good. So yeah, that should do the jobby. Yep. I'll go to there, which will be fine. Come on. There we go. Excellent. Alright. Now, that one goes to there. Let me just make my notes of things. Cool. Alright. That one goes there. The next one, what is it? It's, pad above. So the pad above goes to the one in the top right corner. Okay. That's a bit of a pain in the butt. So we're going to go from here up to there, lastly. Yeah, when I spoke to the customer about this one, I told him that you know, it's not going to be a cheap repair because I have to fiddle around with this stuff. These pedals, they're not the cheapest, they're like $300, but you know, it's still $300 pedal. Even if he's going to be paying me like $120 to fix it, it's still cheaper than buying a new one. Obviously, not much different to buying a second-hand one, but you know, minimizing the chance of this ending up in landfill is always a plus. Certain things I'll kind of do this for. Other stuff, though, it's just the reality and the feasibility of it is that it will end up in landfill. That's just kind of how you do it with some things. So not much I can really do about that. All right. Okay, need a bit more for that. Come on, you. Come here, damn thing. Yeah, the Gibson hate mail. Although I did see you got some good numbers on that, which is good. That's what you want. Ride the hate. Let them hate it. Do it. I was kind of contemplating also doing a video on it, but I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna crampy style on this one. I'm gonna let you cop that one. I'll wait until some of the other things come out because there's the new Vox AC hand wireds that have come out, which I mean they'll probably be not much different to the old ones, but I mean Vox does some good stuff. But there was a bunch of other things at the at NAMM, just like, why? It's stupid. But yeah, those Gibson fanboys, those Mesa fanboys are a special kind. They really are. So was there anything like, was there actually like anything interesting that they were saying, or were they just like, you don't know what you're talking about? Oh, I've been playing these for 40 years and I know what. They really hurt my head, those guys, seriously. There's that go, that goes to there. Yep, so I'm going to jump that one on the top, which is easy. Alright, so it's just those two. I've got to jump that over to there too. Is there anything? No. So that one can just jump it on top. And then that one, which has got to jump it up to there. Ugh, how annoying. Man, I wish these people didn't do it. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Alright, do I have anything more that needs to connect on that on the underside? Or is it just those two traces? No, it's just those two traces there, so I can get that in place. Get that in place, solder those in, and then start working on the top side of the board. This is headache-inducing. Headache-inducing work. You'd be thankful for saving them. Do you mean like as in the customers would be thankful for you, like, you know, saving them the money of wasting on it? Especially in Australia. Like, seriously, like, legitimately. $5,500. No, they do not cost that much to import. No, the tariffs are not that high. Not if you're assuming that you're buying it at an international wholesaling rate of, like, you know, say a standard margin of like 50%. Because if you're wholesaling here, your margin's only going to be 10-15%. Retailers are going to get trade and 15, maybe trade on stuff like that. Being the premium stuff, I imagine it would just be straight trade, which for those who don't know what the Australian industry terms mean, trade means 30%. In the past, it used to mean 33 1/3. And then they add discounts on top. It's a really kind of deceptive way to do mathematics to old dudes who have no idea how to like calculate how discounts and that work. So, yeah. Let's see, who else we got? Obviously Brad, hey. We got all the other gentlemen. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah. 5K is absolutely batshit for somewhere like Australia, for that kind of thing. I mean, like, the Sur amps are like 7K or something, but you know what? That's worth it. The Ombre is like 5,200 retail, something like that. That's kind of worth it. You know, John does great stuff over there in the company. Same with Fredman. You know, the Fredman stuff ain't cheap. It's worth it, though. It's good stuff, you know. Okay, so now I've got that. It's got to go there. Out come the tweezers. Come on, go. You can go all the way there. Go. There we go. Come on, round you go. Do an itty bitty teeny tiny microsurgery on this thing. Ah, it's a nightmare. Fanboys have soup brain, the kind that pull my front door when it says push. Seriously, you saw my shop in Campbelltown. I had foot-high letters and arrows pointing, saying slide, and I would get people every single day who would try and pull it. And here in Enmore, the same thing. There is a sign on the door that says slide and an arrow pointing there. And I get people who stand there going, staring at me going, eh? And I just stare at them for a minute, with nothing more than pure contempt for the fact that they can't see the sign right in front of them. And the fact that the door says that on there is an open sign in our trading hours. And then I just stare at them and just go, and they're walking, oh sorry. Seriously, use your brain, oh my God, like, I have ADHD. I can miss details sometimes, but even I can look at a door and go, oh, didn't work that way, maybe it's, slide. Not stand there for like 3 minutes trying to force open a door and then staring at someone going, oh, let me in, I can't get through. Magic has stopped me getting into this. Force field, no can get in. End rant. All right, let's solder this. Okay, a little bit, wee bit of solder there. There we go. Come on, a bit more. Aha. Cool. Yeah, I haven't checked out the new Fredman stuff yet. Looks alright. You know what? The whole hand-wired thing, I don't care about that. Hand-wired, to me, doesn't mean boo diddly squat. We live in a 21st century world with low volume production stuff. If it's made well and designed well, that's what I care about. The amount of time that goes into R&D, getting layouts done right and all the rest of that would make a product worth that much, right? To properly lay out an amp and go through multiple prototypes and all the rest of that, make sure that it doesn't oscillate like a pig, making sure that it sounds good, that it's reliable, you don't short out, and you put it through things, that takes time and money. So you got to recoup that in the cost, especially in this sort of day and age where you can't have a model out for 15 years like you did in the past. It's not like you could go, oh, yep, cool, here is the the 1959 Super Lead Plexi. We'll just keep like giving it slight update to the background, but we'll still make it for 25 years. You don't get that. Nowadays, you've got to have a new model out every like 18 months because every guitarist is special and wants to find the next 0.1% better tone. Oh, that's definitely going to do it. This one here, the next one, just one more, I swear. Like, they're like addicts. Oh, I swear, just one more amp and then I'll quit. One more pedal, that's all it takes. Why would anyone put the preamp tubes inside the chassis? I mean, there are amps out there that have done it okay. You know, some of them aren't the worst. You know, there is that potential that you can put it inside of there. It adds a little bit of protection against, you know, external vibrations and whatnot from the speaker. The main thing is changing them out. But gone are the days of the average consumer changing out components or changing out tubes, because you can't just walk down to the local chemist or drugstore or everything like that and buy, like, you know, a 12AX7 for the equivalent of like $5 today. It doesn't happen because now they're a niche specialist product, so you're going to need a niche specialist to repair it. Putting them inside of the amp, you know, not the worst thing, not the best thing. How they've done it specifically is a pretty bad way of doing it, though, in all honesty. Yeah, everyone missed my point as usual. It wasn't PCB sucks, it's they're lying. Yeah, and it is their PCBs suck. That is a big thing. You know, a good quality PCB takes us to the moon. A good quality PCB is what is inside your computer, inside of your phone, inside of devices that will last 30, 40 years of rocking and rolling, you know. But somehow they assume that hand-wired is some kind of magic word, or that you've got, you know, turret board or eyelet board or something like that that make them like some God-sent thing where it's like, no, Leo Fender was just a tight ass. He just liked making stuff cheap, so he had a bunch of you know, workers in that post-World War II that worked for, you know, making munitions, making electronics and all the rest of that for the war effort, hired them to work in his factory, started making them that way. Got a bunch of eyelet board, did it that way, and was able to make that. But by the time, like, the 60s rolled along, it was old hat technology. You know, we'd already moved into the world of phenolic single-sided PCBs and starting to make some good quality stuff, and it would progress further from there. By the time the 70s rolled along, there was no reason to keep making amps like that. Everyone else had gone over to PCBs. Nobody that attacks me addresses any point. They just hate because they're mentally ill and their life sucks because they act like a child. It's confirmation bias. It's the psychology behind it. You attacked their golden idol. They don't like that. You're not allowed to say something. There was a post in one of the godforsaken Facebook groups and that I responded to. Someone was asking about this guy who some of us techs know, who mods amps, and one of the photos was of a Soldano SLO that had been modified, which just makes my skin crawl thinking of how many people do that and how bad a job they do. But, you know, they asked, you know, someone asked, I've got a Gensben's El Diablo 60, right? I hate them. One of the worst sounding amps ever. Terrible. I are wanting to think about getting it modified. This XYZ, you know, modifier. You know, what are your thoughts on their work or what they do or anything like that? My response was, yeah, they're a butcher. I'm not a fan of them. Some dude piped up and said, "Oh, so what's your expertise and your background?" Well, I studied electronic engineering at a tertiary level. I own a music shop that specialises in vintage and used equipment. I'm also an amp and instrument repairer who also does the warranty work for 24 different brands. So, I have a professional opinion. Oh, you think that you know more than this person, yeah? And I'm like, well, nobody is above criticism. No one whatsoever. My opinion is, on this, I have seen the work, I've heard the work, it wasn't good. That's it. And he's, oh, so where can we find your stuff? We'll send more customers out your way. You need to grow your base. And it's like, dude, I've got a YouTube channel. I've got a business here in the centre of Sydney. I've got a repair queue. I don't need any more of that stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's just, some people are like that, What can you do? You just let them do their own thing and hope that they don't choke on their own tongue. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Now, what was I looking at? I was looking at that one there. How did I wire that up? What was the other one? So that one went there, and then the other one goes to the top right corner. Yes, up to there. Cute. Alright. Sound absolutely terrible. Yes, they do. Some people have actually played a proper Marshall Fredman, etc. Yeah. Think my amp sounds great, so you must be wrong. Yep. The ironic part is I probably never played a Mesa. Yeah. They never had to get a Mesa serviced. Oh, yeah. Someone walks in and straight away, here is the repair bill. What do you mean? Why is it going to cost so much? Well, because they make my life hell and therefore, by extension, your life. Sorry, not much I can do about it. And anyone who's seen my collection of amps in the past knows I've owned almost every Mesa model there is. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've owned pretty much all of them at some point. Because that was kind of my job in the past. And also because I liked, hearing what they were all about and whatnot. And eventually I got rid of them all. But, I've owned several revisions of the dual rectifier. I've owned a Nomad. I've owned F-Series amps. I've owned Mark Series amps, every single one of them. And they all, some of them sound okay, some of them not so much. They've got their foibles, they've got their issues, but they're not ideal. The other thing I pointed out is that Gibson amp will be relatively easy to repair and service. Nobody acknowledged that point either. Nah. They don't. They don't hear that. They hear you saying one bad thing, and that's all they hyper-focus on. It's like those really terrible memes you see online that a lot of sort of conservative pundits like spewing. It's absolutely terrible. I dread the day Gens Benz ends up on my bench. Ugh, I have had the displeasure of working on one. Thankfully, it was a real easy repair. It was just a power switch. But they sound so bad. Their bass amps sounded okay. Also highly unreliable, the 1200-watt ones, but they were okay. They kind of did all right. And then Fender bought them and did that thing that Fender does and disappeared the company. Made it go bye-bye. Come on, get on there, you. Get. Oh, seriously. Stupid teeny tiny canard wire. Stay. Get in there. I said stay. Oh, man. I spent my life savings on a Triaxis Simul 290 and a DC-10. They all suck, despite me battling on and blaming myself. Nah, see, I'll disagree with you on that. The DC-10, the Triaxis, and the Simul 290 do sound good. You just got to dial them in. I had a Simul 290 and a Triaxis for years. It was my main rig. They sounded brilliant. They sound like a Mark series. But because you've got the EQ way early in the preamp stage, you've got to dial them in different. You've got to use that the graphic EQ, dynamic voice, whatever setting they had on them to make them sound good. It's the same with the DC series. The DC series were also a Mark series type topology. They worked well in how they worked. The recto circuit that they had in them, depending on which version you had, did have the EQ later in the circuit, so they did respond a bit more like a traditional amp, but it comes down to dialing in. That's why the whole thing with Mark series and the whole joke is, you've got to scoop out our mids when you're playing a Mesa amp, is because the preamp gain and the EQ were right first stage in the amp, like a Fender style amp. So to dial them in, you turn the bass down, turn the mid up, turn the treble down a bit, because or else it ends up farting and going into a grid cutoff. And then you add that bass back in on the last stage with the graphic EQ. It's a real dumb way of doing it, but that's how you dial them in to make them sound like the way they have. Yeah. What is it? But the DC-10, same sort of thing. I love the DC-10. They actually recorded really, really well. I suppose I'm a little bit more, pragmatic. I've spent so long dialing in things and recording and playing and gigging and doing all that kind of stuff that I can wrangle a good tone out of most stuff. The Mesa stuff, it's loud, it's noisy, all the rest of that. In a recording circumstance, it can work with the right setup. You just got to dial them in right. But yeah, they're going to oscillate and they're going to be noisy and all that, and there are better ways of doing it, which is a real headache. Jens Benzel Diablo was somehow dead dark and fizzy at the same time. I know, right? Like, they just... it's like the Diamond Heads, Diamond Nitrox were terrible. They were so bad. I first bought a Fender Mustang GTX modelling amp. I thought it was great until I got a PV Deuce and a Bagheera V5. I mean, the Bagheera V5s are alright. The PV Deuces are pretty cool. The Fender modelling stuff I don't like. For modelling amps, if I'm going to sit there and I'm going to jam out and I just want something that sounds okay in a room that's modelling, I'd go for a Vox, Valvetronics, the modern ones, the VTX series. They sound brilliant. Or the Line 6 Catalyst. You know, they sound good. I've sold them both in the shop previously and they worked well. A couple of El Diablo combos floating around here in Bakersfield. Yeah, it's because they were made out that way, if I remember correctly, which is pretty cool. What we got? Yeah. But there's that whole thing where it's subjective. There was a guy who on my video about the SLO 100 made a comment like, oh, you know, I don't get the hype behind these things. They all sound terrible. Even though I can almost guarantee he's probably listened to bands that had recorded with an SLO and they sounded pretty solid. You know, they're a great amp. They were used by so many players from like, you know, Clapton to Killswitch Engage. It kind of says a lot about all of that. There we go. Cool. Excellent. So now that's out of the way of that. I can now plonk that there and there. Excellent. Cool. Wasn't anything I need to join on the other side? No, we're good. Those old Mace Deuce PV tanks. Yeah. Legit, those old PV amps from back in the day when Hartley PV... Whoop, bye now. When Hartley PV, you know, made stuff in Missouri and they were like, you know, they were solid. They were reliable. They were bulletproof. They were good. Nowadays, I haven't seen many of the new ones. I haven't seen any like the new Classic 32s or anything like that. But from what I've heard from some other repairers, they're like addressed a lot of the issues with the originals, but then made them harder to repair. Which is that takes some skill to be able to do that. There we go. Someone just called you a wanker. It's not like they don't know comments get held for review. No, see, I'd put it up there. I would, but that's me. Like, I don't care. I thrive on the hate. You know, it just means more interaction for me. So, why, thank you. I did just have a wank this morning. Self-love is important. Should try it someday. Yeah, I think it's good for you. You know, helps lower the risk of prostate cancer and all that kind of stuff. Is the new Classic series still an origami board? No, apparently they're even worse the way they're installed and like they're real nightmarish to get to, which is unfortunate because the Classic series sound brilliant. They were a great amp. I love them. Love the Classic series. Okay, so we got that. That's still okay there. That's still connected there. That one's okay, and that one is okay. We got the top side of the board. Bend those out of the way so not going to be too annoying. Come on, over that way. Go. There we go. I said, get in there, you. Come here. Come on. There we go. Cool. The new one is cathode biased. Apparently, I haven't seen one yet. Yeah, neither have I. It's because Pro Music Australia, the distributors for them, haven't really done a good job in representing them. So they're not really getting to they're not really getting into stores. No one cares anymore. PV used to be the brand that everyone had because the price was good and they were made okay. I remember when I was like, what was it? 13, 14, right? I had this copy of a catalogue from Maryland's Music, right? Years and years ago. You know, poor kid. I love this thing. I had this catalogue. It was just a couple of pages long, and I read it back to front and drooled over it so many times, the damn thing started falling apart. And in that was a PV 5150 with the matching cabinet for $3,500. Like, looking back on it, that's not a cheap amount of money today, but for that back then, that was insane. Like, that was like super good value. And I had a PV Rage 158 as my like first little practice amp. It was, you know, a solid little unit. But nowadays, you walk into a shop and you don't see them. You don't see them advertised. You don't hear about them. I mean, maybe in the US somewhat more because you've got like the, obviously, everyone knows the 5150s and that, but 6505s now. But you've got the signature model by, Mish Mansell, the Invictus, or whatever it is. So you've got a lot of those kinds of amps that exist over there, but they're just not common here. Same with the Blues Junior. At some point, Fender completely changed topology, quietly sold them under the same Blues Junior 4 label. Indeed. And that video should be out very, very soon. I'm just going to finish doing the voiceover to show it's there. Yeah, I mean, with those ones there, I compared the board layouts as well, because there's the board layouts in the two different service documents, and literally they've just like moved a couple of little bits around and just plonked them in there. That's why they keep going with that one, and why they probably didn't change it, because spinning the boards to new ones, like, takes too long, too much effort, too much R&D, just put that in there. Alright, so that's there, I've got to run... No, that one's fine, so I've got to go from there to there now. So if I go up and through that. So I've now got to run, if I zoom in right through here. Mr. Woods, hello! I've now got to run some Kynar from this pad here, through on the other side as well. Sorry, this pad here, on the other side. Go up there to that SMD resistor. So I'm just going to go straight through the center there. That'll do the jobby fine, and I'll wrap it through on the underside as well, so that way the solder's going to flow through and do all that. Then I've got to run this center pad up through here, which is going up through there, I think. I've got to trace that with the multimeter. That one's fine, this one's okay because it's on the other side. Yeah, so I've got two more pads to do on that. So they released the Vandenberg guitars and they look good, but damn, they're 3K. Vandenberg, the PV ones here. But, I mean, like, the PV guitars, the US ones, were damn good. And the fact you could pick up, like, a PV Falcon, even in Australia, for, like, $400-500 US made, that's killer. I remember, like, in the early 2000s and, like, a little bit after that, you could pick up a PV Wolfgang, right? You could pick up a Wolfgang for like $800 or $900. I knew dudes were buying like 4 or 5 of them, and now you can't pick them up for like less than $3.5-4 grand. Even the beaten up ones. Brad. Oh, right. That's high. I think you missed a letter there. Microtrip EEPROM. Yep. And these ones, if we look underneath here, should just... No. Let's see if we can look under that way. Nah. Just a wee bit. There we go. There's the logo. Should just be able to make out that Spin FV1. Brilliant chips. I mean, they're killer. For what they do and how you can program them, they're great. I was actually looking up, there was another one as well that's come out a little while ago. I can't remember what they were called. I was looking up the data sheet for them, but like an FV1, but with more I/O, so you can connect more knobs and all the rest of that to it for easy use. They haven't had like mux it or do anything like that. And it was more powerful. It was more expensive, but you know, it was pretty solid. Les Paul with a Marshall stack. My God. Yep. The FV1s are brilliant. Same as the PT2399. You can pick them up cheap. Give them a go. They sound good as a delay chip. You can mess around with them, do some cool stuff. I need to wrap my head back around the programming languages for DSP and that, because it's a solid way of getting some of these modulations and effects and stuff doing their thing. Okay, so what do we got lengthwise? How much we got? So I've got to go from there, a little bit over to there. Okay. Excellent. Oh yeah, doing skids in the car park. Go, what a champion. I remember doing that as a kid, riding down the back streets of like North Parramatta when it was still kind of, for some strange reason, it was still like some semi-rural bits to it. So we had some like gravel roads and stuff. And yeah, me and my mate would go down there and so you could pull the longest skiddy down the back alley. It was brilliant. What was it? Free Les Paul with a Marshall stack, yeah. Legit guitar center. So, well, that's because back in those days, like, what is it? So we're talking 1981, right? So 1981, a guitar amp was a hell of an expensive thing, especially Marshall, right? So they were an imported amp. They would have been expensive to import. They wouldn't have been cheap. They were the duck's guts. You could get big money for it. Gibson and similar and Les Paul, they were struggling, so their prices had also dropped, and they were probably working collaboration to get them over. I'm not sure who would have been importing them at that point, but it may very well have been Yamaha, because I know in Australia Yamaha imported them here, and they were also importing them into Japan as well. Yeah. You know, when I do some sales, typically I will do something like that. I'll actually rather than like, you know, giving huge cash discounts, I'll give something for free, because why not? Not wearing safe goggles like it says on the wire strippers. Yeah, I know. I'm a bad boy, I'm sorry. That does terrify me though, the thought of getting like a little teeny tiny bit of like wire or something in my eye. There we go. Because this is going to be lead free, I'm just going to remove that bit of solder there. Keyboards were thousands, yeah, legit. Like I look at the price of some of those synths back then, even the cheap ones were like way expensive, and then they became worth nothing, and then they were now like big, huge money. Yeah, I knew someone, like I said, who worked at Roland as VP of R&D, but he used to work here in Australia for Fairlight, CMI. Yeah, CMI, making the Fairlight. And those were like $100,000 in 1980. It's insane. You know, some of the synths back then were sold for ridiculous money, and then Rhodes weren't the cheapest, but they were still kind of like, you know, a reasonable kind of price. But you had stuff like the Yamaha CS80 in today's money is like $50,000. The OBS, the Prophet 5 in today's money was like 25 grand. It's insane. Yeah, those barbecue cleaning brushes, I won't let them near my damn barbecue. Well, if I had a barbecue still. Because they get in the back of your throat and they can't remove them without doing major surgery, which can mess everything up. Like, nope, that is a hard no from me, thank you. I will not be participating in that. So you go somewhere and it's like they're making a barbecue and it's like, oh, you're using... No. Bye now, I'm out of here. I guess I should shut up about $5,500 tube amps and nah, keep doing it. Talk it. Talky talky. This is the thing, right? I have no qualms in paying $5,500 for an amp. I will pay $10,000 for an amp. If it's from a small company, made with quality components, with every single little bit there, and I know that they're only going to sell like a few of them in a year. That's it. Because why not? People will spend, you know, a lot of money on, say, for example, a good quality piece of clothing that's been tailored. Cool. People will spend good money on good leather work. Okay, because there's a lot to it and you're not going to do a lot on them. People have to make their living somehow. You know, so if we're going to be like talking, you know, spending money on an amp, if you're only going to make like 10 in a year, make your money on them. Charge what they're worth, but make them worth that. You know, I mean, hell, I've got, for example, where is it? Down here. Stay. You know, I've got my wallet, right? Not cheap. Yeah, Bellroy, good stuff. I've had this for like the last 5 years. I still wear it and it's absolutely bonkers. Does exactly what it needs to do, right? But there are ones out there I could spend even more on that will, potentially last longer or whatever else because they're handmade by someone, like, proper, like, hand-stitched and all that kind of jazz, right? Yeah, I'd spend a couple $100 on it because I know that it's one person who's making it. Would I spend, like, that kind of money on a Gucci wallet or, like, Hermes or something? No, because that's stupid. That is buying it for, for clout, basically. But, there are some things where it is worthwhile spending that kind of money because the maker is doing a good job and because there is everything that goes on behind it. And they're not going to be doing, like, 500 million things. They're not going to be selling a whole bunch of stuff. Pedals, I don't think so, because pedals you can sell a number of, but there are very few pedals in which, you could probably reasonably justify as much as what some of these guys do, especially an overdrive pedal. A $600 overdrive pedal? Nah, man. Nah. It's just an overdrive pedal. There are no parts in there that are going to be worth that kind of money, so that ain't going to be happening. Come on. You rip all brands to shreds. Yes, you do. The logic was twisted. Saying I must be paid by someone to oppose stuff that's visible to the naked eye, like some sponsor is giving me kickbacks to analyze certain brands. See, that is something that is dubious and illegal. No one's really going to be doing it, but if someone, like, sends you a piece of equipment and you're getting paid for it, you might be slightly kinder to it, but I mean, knowing you'd still tear into it anyway, just like I would. If it's shit, it's shit. If it's good, it's good. Good stuff is good. Bad stuff is bad. I can't make it any more simple. Come on. All right. Spaceballs. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, honestly. I'll have to check it out again at some point. It's an old classic. There we go. Oh my god. Micro soldering sucks. And this isn't even like what the guys do on, like, iPads and all that kind of stuff. That's insane. That is insanity what they do. I don't understand IR pricing. I saw yesterday $150 for some IRs. Company operating for 6 months. Line 6 went over randomly abandoned products, and they've been in business for years. Huh? I think I'm lost here. I don't understand IR pricing. Do you mean like impulse responses? $150 for some impulse responses. Yeah, I mean, if you're buying like a big massive pack of them and it's got like several hundred in there, fair enough. It takes a bit of time to make the impulse responses, laying them out, all that kind of stuff. You're not going to sell huge numbers of them, but that is kind of a bit of a piss take unless you're getting a lot in there. Company operating for 6 months. Line 6 Fender Marshall randomly abandoned products and they've been in business for years. Line 6 not so much. Line 6 are actually really quite good ever since they were purchased by Yamaha. Yamaha fanboying yet again. I can still get parts and I can still get service documentation for most of their things and I can still repair them. Stuff like anything to do with Bogner? No. Any of their tube stuff? No. But for example, they are still kicking on with Helix, even though it is a couple of years old. They keep providing free software updates, free like amp models and that are still really bringing a lot of stuff to the table with them. Even the other products that they have, so things like the Catalyst and that, they still keep producing them. They're still all right. Service documentation for it is good. So you can kind of keep them running in the long term. HD series as well, like the HD 500X, you can still repair them. M13s, the M9, the M5s, and the M3s can still keep them operational. They are still there. It's phenomenal how good their stuff is on that front. I mean, spiders and stuff, they're disposable. Throw them in the bin. That's it. Actually had a guy who was messaging me just before I came on stream about repairing a Spider 2, and I'm like, dude, we're up to Spider 5 Mark II. Throw it in the bin. That thing is as old as Methuselah. By the same logic, I could, without any evidence, accuse them of being Mesa Gibson reseller employees or stakeholders. You could. Good indeed. Watched a few UFO debunking channels, Brad. Reminds you of the stuff there, werewolves and such. Yeah. I used to like Bogner. The more I've worked on them, the less so. Many very strange decisions, reinventing the wheel. Yeah, they are unique, to say the least. I mean, I owned an Ecstasy. I actually owned like one of the top spec, super like decked out when you could still like order them with options. Stock 240 volt, the whole lot. The only thing it didn't have was the Variac option because they weren't offering it anymore at that point because they tended to blow up. Yeah, it was an okay amp. It sounded all right. You know, was it worth the $8,000 I sold it for? Probably not. But I bought it for $2.5. There we go. I do like the Uberschall, but pro tip: if you love the Uberschall and the sound of it, find yourself a Hughes and getting a Warp T or Warp X. Basically the same amp, but with better reliability. I have one here for sale in the shop that used to be mine. One of the last amps I held on to before going digital. And they sound sick. They are an Uberschall German. Yeah. Let's see. I'd like if a company sent me some free stuff to talk up. Sign me up too, buddy. I'll do it. Send me stuff. Pay me money. I'll check it out. They probably won't call me back a second time though. Because yeah, I am honest on that. I will show the things and I'll do that. Now that I'm not really beholden to dealerships anymore either, don't have to worry so much. Did Ampeg learn from Bogner or the other way around? Ampeg are brilliant nowadays. The old Ampeg when they were under Loud Technologies, junk in the bin. That's off the table with me. If you send me something, you've got no say over what I end up saying in my video. That's how I do it. You know, someone wants to give me something, all right, cool, I'll check it out, pay me my money, but I'm not saying what you want to say about it. If you want me to focus on a particular feature, I'll check it out, and if that feature is crap, guess what? I will say it is. Well, it'll be fun what Lyle says. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from Lyle in the last little while. Hoping he's all right. Hoping he's doing well there in, you know, Memphis. Come on. Fold over you. There we go. In like so. Go, get in there, you. There we go. Cool. Excellent. Come on. Go. There we go. Uh-huh. Alright. Cool. Alright. Flu. Right, there we go. That is indeed a thing. Somehow I've managed to not get sick. Go me. Lucky, lucky man I am. I keep all my shots up to date. I need to actually go get some more, I need to go get some more 5G shots because heading over to Japan and all the rest of that, and I want to make sure that I don't get sick before I do. And they might have a different variant there, so if I cover my bases, then I'm all good. Alright. Now, that one is going from there to, is it going to here? Yep, alright. So I'm going to go from there to there, because it's not going there, is it? No. Cool. So I'm going to go from there to there. Fredman saying he's putting in an AC30 style amp. That would be pretty cool. That'd be neat. Yeah. Hopefully, sometime late this year, early next year, I'll be able to start taking on some Friedman amps and that in the shop. Make my little boutique-y thing. People can come in, check some things out. Cooking some Voxy type stuff. I wonder what he's going to name them with the propensity they have to lean into like the the old 80s like stereotypy type name things and various bits. It will be interesting. What is going to be like some kind of like like what is he going to name it like the Merkin or something? The Shagadelic. It's going to be something. It's got to be something odd. All right. So that one goes there, that one goes there. So if I go from there down to there... yeah. But then again, it's kind of like, yeah, the names are cringe, but it's like, what's the, Steel Panther. It's part of that sort of like leaning into the dopey, like, aesthetic of it, of like, here it is, the old 80s party boy type thing and that, and, leaning back into the good times, man. as those kinds of guys do, but, you know, it's kind of cringy, funny at the same time. You know, I can't, you know, I don't hold anything against them for it. It's like the Steel Panther pedal that everyone got up in arms about it. I'm very much a super lefty type person in that, but I also understand that something like that is making fun of the schlock of the band, the whole shtick behind it, you know. Oh, there we go. The old dart. Yeah. That actually would work. A 550 Express. Oh, I had the 525 here. Same. $10 has probably got the same issues with those stupid diodes going bad. Absolute awful. Smoke billowed out of the back, according to the customer's Mesa. Yeah, smoke billowed out of the back. We all know it's going to be those diodes. It's going to be a bad resistor, or it's going to be the headers where the heater supply connects to. Those will be the most likely culprits because it's a Mesa. That's what they do. I'm a Mesa. I sound like shit and I burn things. Matt! Welcome. Found a new job yet? And yes, I finally got a haircut because I finally had a spare couple of minutes and a spare couple of bucks. And I went down to one of the old guy barbers here because I can't get to my old guy barber down in, in Campbelltown anymore. It's too far. I don't have the time and that. So I went to the old guys here, found an old barber here that they've been there for 50 odd years. Old Greeks. You know, the fit out in there hasn't changed in decades. $35. Haircut and a beard trim. Right on. They did it right. Didn't have to worry about them messing up my face like those damn hipsters do with their inability to know how to do a proper wet shave. Yeah, of course you missed the haircut. You're probably focusing on something else more important than my pretty face. Not the face, my beautiful face. Now that I'm getting more comfortable doing the streaming type thing, you will be absolutely bombarded by things like Simpsons quotes and various things like that because that's what I do, you know. Let's get that in there. Stay. Go. Hope it's just a suppression cap. But the 525s don't use reefers, or the 550s. Mesa haven't, the reefer stuff was a problem up until the mid-90s. The Express series are from the mid-2000s. The reason why reefer had such issues with it is because reefer ended up being state-owned at that point, and it was the negative kind of state-owned. They were cutting corners, doing stupid things, lots of bureaucracy, shit went bad, so they made all those caps, they would all fail. Mainly an issue in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and then finally they got rid of it. What have I got? I tried to get support from Line 6 on a Veta 2 head. Answer one-time download of last firmware. No technical support for troubleshooting. Error messages. No parts. Service manual was of little use. Really? Because the service manual I've got, because I do Line 6 service work, it's pretty good. They're pretty solid on that. The problem is a lot of it also comes down to the service documentation of the particular chips on there, the DSP stuff. They're usually with them, what goes wrong is the voltage regulators. They go bad, and yeah, you just got to fix those up there. Watch an Express do that in the middle of a guitar center. Nice. Oh yeah, there we go. More Simpsons quotes. Might I just say this is the worst stream ever. I'll only watch it 3 more times today. I'll only give it 1 more like. There we go. Let's see what else we got. Johnny, where'd they shoot you? I ain't telling you nothing. But I gotta get you some help. Go suck an egg. What do we got? Howdy all. Scotty! How's it going? Speaking of gas, there's an Engel Fireball 120 at the Guitar Center here in Bakersfield. Engel do good stuff. They're reliable. They sound cool. They've got that very German kind of hi-fi, high-gain sound to them. I love them. One of the amps I drooled over as a teenager was the Engel Invader 120. It's 4 channels, because back then, you know, you needed all the channels you could get. They were brilliant. Always wanted one. Didn't get one, though. Yeah. I have a local guitar, old Greek barber too, nice, legend. Got a job with Norwest Group. Oh yeah, there we go. Doing larger scale production, but chilling out. Head to New Zealand. Oh yeah, nice. Race media, sick. Yeah, Matt here is Matt here is my former apprentice. So he was one who came along and, you know, back when we were at Campbelltown, was learning the ropes and all the rest of that. Then he got a job offer that was too good to refuse and abandoned me. Just like I'm sure my children will do one day. Nah, he's a good sort. Right. Creaking along, yeah, there we go. This, it tastes like burning. That's good. That's bad. Yeah. It going back and seeing some of those old episodes now as like I'm older and understand more bits and pieces, like as an Aussie, I'm sure if you watch the episode Homer gets a bypass, you didn't understand what it was about, because to us it's like, oh, you're sick, just go to the hospital. Not realizing what an absolute nightmare the US for-profit healthcare system is. It's like, wait, why does he have to go around asking everyone for like money? Anyway, can I have $40,000? It makes no sense to us. And now that I've gotten older as well, like understanding some of the characters that were there, I didn't know who George Carlin was when the episode about the hippies came out. Now I do. I love George Carlin. Watched all of his HBO specials many years ago. All right, where was it? That one there. My number one pet peeve with modern pedals: the holes for the foot switches are too tight. Thank you. Yes, I literally just had that a couple of days ago. King Tone Duelist, right? And my little rant that I did online was that they're using these types of switches, right, with those things for putting jumper wires on, for putting wiring directly to it, right, instead of using actual PC pin ones. So you put them in there, and the owner yoinked it out and pulled all the through-hole plating out with them. So now I've got to do it manually. Those switches are not hard to come by. They are sold side by side with these from any retailer, but they've got the proper PC pin that you can put a round hole on and not have to worry about them tearing out the plating, and you can actually just use a desoldering gun on them to remove them. Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't listened to them yet, Brad. I am now politically biased, and I've seen them live more times than I care to remember. Who are we talking about now? Ah, Green Day. Yeah. I mean, Green Day. They're, you know, they were kind of cool. They did some good stuff and all the rest of that. I haven't heard anything since, probably 15 years ago. You know. What we got? Seen them live more times than I can remember. Yeah. I mean, they're like in their 50s now. They're getting on in age. The through-hole always comes out. Hey, so many manufacturers do it too. Yeah, it's like they don't think, hey, maybe what if we have to like repair it or something in future? And especially like a company like this, we're not talking a small one. This is JHS, man. Or Keeley, sorry, Keeley. Keeley aren't small. They know what they're doing, apparently. You'd think that they'd be able to go, okay, let us, take this and make it so that we've got like PC pin, not like... yeah. Must not rant too much. There we go. Alright. Alright. There we go. Which can go there, which can now bend that way and go that way. So yeah, also, if you haven't already, you know I'm going to ask you, I'm going to do it, so how about you go hit the like button? Because like I said in my top comment there, doesn't cost you anything, but it means a lot to me. It's worth a lot to me. I value my worth entirely on what people say online. That's what it's all about. I'm all about that, you know? Everything I do, it's all for the online. As we say in like the meme circles, I did it for the lulz. I did it for the lulz. Alright, let's get a little bit of this off. Come here. Come hither. There we go. I should have trimmed it beforehand, but I was not smart and did not. There we go. Cool. Irish Blues. Arr, there she blows. 'Tis not a man. 'Tis a remorseless eating machine. Is it true that you're not really a captain? Yarg. Aye. Okay, so if we go that there, come on. Oh, just long enough, come on. Bend over. Ah, you mofo. Get over. Ow! Damn it! Oh, that's why I hate these tweezers. Ah! Managed to stab myself in the finger with them. Damn it. Can't win. Can they win? Ow. So you choosed me? Is that it? We all know Ralph turns out to be an incel later on. He joined the Proud Boys. Cool. There we go. Ow. Seriously, these things are so damn sharp. Right in the fingertip. I fixed a couple of Keeley pedals. I hate them too. Yes. What the funniest one is, right? They had a pedal a couple of years back. Can't remember what it was, but it had like some modulation effects, whatever, in there. And I had to fix it for someone. I pulled it out and I'm like, why is there goop on the board? And I removed the goop, and guess what happened to be under the goop? A Spin FV1. Why are you gooping a Jelly Bean DSP chip? It's dumb. It's the same. Another company that did that actually was T-Rex in their they had like a modulated delay pedal, Reptile, and they had a gooped board there, and I was like, screw it, ungoop it. Spin FV1. What have we got? Along with Millhouse. Yeah. Now, see, Millhouse is going to turn into like an Andrew Tate grind set, bro. My mom thinks I'm cool. Yeah, he's going to be that. It's like the flash forwards where he's like a big beefcake type thing. That's going to be him. Hey, it's a Millhouse here. I'm going to show you how you can become an alpha. Sign up to my course here. Ralph in prison. I'm in danger. I choose you. Let's be friends. Tone Goop. Yeah, Tone Goop's great. What have we got? App note later on a PCB. Yeah. Some of them, like you can pull the details off it, and they just use the stock FV1 programs because they're permanently programmed on there. You can easily change them. Yeah, true OG knows the black goop has vintage tones. Oh my god. Jeffrey Dahmer serial killer. See, I don't think he's quite like that. I think, he's not quite that weird. There's that what's his name? Wendell, the Wendell who gets sick all the time, background character, the really, really white one. He's a serial killer. He's the weirdo. A really, really weird dude. My name is Otto. I like to get blotto. Whoa, I had mustard. And of course, growing up and then sort of like, oh, I understand Otto now. I understand some of those jokes. Like the 80s hair band playing at the wedding type thing. Hey, we're poison. Wait, I thought we were rat. Yep. Ah, yes, the potted modules. Potted modules are always good. Warren! I just moved here from Canada, and they think I'm a little slow, eh? Yes, hilarious. Okay, so that one there's good. That's jumping. That doesn't need to be jumping. Is that connecting to anything? No. So that pad is fine. We don't have to worry about that. Wendell and Warren. There we go. Okay. Ignore that one. Why? Ignore that one. Ah, okay. Oh, Canada! Now, children, do you just want to bicker and argue, or do you want to be like the real United Nations? Is the idea behind the epoxy to keep interference down or hiding the 11 herbs and spices? It's a stupid thing designed to hide the secret sauce. That's all it is. Way back in the day, you had companies that would do it. They'd pot modules and put things in there. So you had like ARP who would do it, various synth manufacturers. Some guitar amp companies would do it as well, and they'd put them in there as a way to stop people from cloning how you do things. Because you can't, it's very, very hard to paint in a circuit. Mesa have done it, and it's got to be particularly novel or something like that. It's a very, very particular way of doing it. So when you can't do it, what you do then is you goop it and make it hard for people to copy. That just annoys people, and then we want to do it more. That's what I do. Someone designs a product or whatever else, they don't give schematics or do anything else like that, you damn well bet I'm going to take that product and I'm going to reverse engineer it. I'm going to put schematics online because, schematics will die. You want to hide something special? You ain't got nothing special. You're a small guy, guess what? Someone in China's going to copy it anyway. Just ask Michael Ibrahim, MI Audio, Moa copied his pedal, the Cruncher. That's the way things go. You make your product, you sell it, you do it all that way. Yeah, it's like piracy. You're not going to lose specifically to those people who weren't going to buy it anyway. You make your product stand out and you make it worthwhile that way. Yeah, the JHS clone. Like, speaking of clones, I actually got a clone here that a customer, customer plugged it into the wrong power supply, and the end result was boom. Yeah, all MI stuff is audio. Yep. We live in a world where, there are no unique ideas anymore, and if they are, who cares? Just do it. Yeah, just be like Lazy J and add wires under the board. No, it's a tone wire. It adds to the field. It adds to the thing. Just ask Joe Bonamassa. He used it that time. Yeah. Seriously, some of these people, man. All right, now comes the fun part. Getting this to go in and keeping those joints on. Yep, there we go. No, stay on there. Come on, pad, stay. I need you to just stay on there. Come on. Yeah, this pad's gonna have to be jump it over as well. Okay, let's bend that over correctly. Go on, go on you. Go like so and like so. Alright, cool. Lazy J. Lazy is right. Terrible amps from what I've seen. I've been diving back into my multiple copies of my brain work. Thank you, ADHD. I've been diving into my multiple copies because I managed to lose one and bought one and then found it again of Tube Amp Designer's Handbook by Merlin Blenko. Wonderful, wonderful book. Absolutely love it to death. Because I'm gonna make a couple of amps and that. Get back into the swing of it, as it were. There we go. Cool. All right. All right. So that one's there. That one is there. All right. All right. Hey, old dudes, chill before I bend this thing into a river. Okay. Yep. So it's about as good as that's getting. It's about as flat as that's going. Full tone. Oh, seriously. Kind of glad that company's gone out of business and Warm Audio has started reissuing their pedals because they use those stupid damn pots that they spec'd out themselves that no one else could get a hold of unless you bought 1,000 of them. He never wanted to sell the pots or parts to anyone, and he was yeah. I'm not a big fan of him or his work. I have my reasons. Okay. Sweet. Cool. Full tone is back. Really? Ugh. I thought he was like whinging and complaining that you can't do anything in the US and saying a bunch of other bigoted shit and then disappeared. I was hoping he was gone. Because yeah, I know Warm Audio resurrected the, cloned his pedals, so. Yeah. I don't know. I don't care. His pedals are mediocre at best, and I could never get parts to him. You know, send an email, wouldn't respond, and then when he would respond, no, we don't sell parts. Okay, cool. Well, your customer's going to get something repaired, and I'm going to have to manually do it. You know, I had a one of his pedals in that Fat Boost, Fat Drive 2 or something, germanium, I don't know, red pedal. And it was balked, and that's how I went, all right, traced the circuit, did all that, and it was just a bad JFET on the input. Thankfully, that was easy enough. Yeah, see that stuff that gets bent, you can't do anything in California. Yeah, California, like, the US has this problem that I've seen of both being over-regulated and under-regulated. They regulate stupid shit, and they don't regulate stuff that they really need to. Yeah, chicken tax, prime example. But, like, you know, the P65 warnings on anything from California, it's like, yes, nickel potentially may cause it. It's a, you know, a class 2 carcinogen potential link to it, not confirmed or definitive, and that depends on various factors and yada, 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 yada. So, what do we got? Wasn't someone rehousing their pedals? Probably. Motor City Guitar hated his minimum orders. Yeah, minimum orders suck. That's kind of where a lot of these companies kind of get you. Yeah, they make you buy a certain amount. You got to import this and that. Like Electro Harmonics in Australia, their distributors require you to buy so much, it's beyond a joke. Like way, 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 way too much for what they're worth. You know. Okay. Yep. All right. So as good as that's getting there. So let's see if this switch will now work. What is it? Right for true bypass, left for tails. Okay. Up again. Power supply there. Who eats their guitar strings? I mean, yeah. It's also like contact and exposure and certain other things and that. Hey! There we go. That's what I like to see. Was not doing that before. Was just off perpetually. Not supposed to eat the old strings? Nah. Probably not the best of ideas, you know? I mean, you could if you want. Miss Hoover, I ate my worm. Ugh, true paste-eating gentleman giant. Oh, there we go. We have liftoff. Yes, we do. Liftoff. Yes, she's very good. All right. That can go in there. That can go in there. Let's go a bit wide. Boop. There we go. Tilt that back a bit. There we go. Sweet. It's alive! Alive! Yeah, switch mode noise. I think I may have figured out what it is because I run power over Ethernet. Noisy as hell. Give me... What's this supposed to do? What's that doing? What's this, huh? What are the controls? Alright, so that's working. That's that side. That's kind of odd. Why am I not getting anything out of that side? That's not the switch I switched. That one is. Oh, that's why. That's the rate repeats. Right, what, huh? Okay, so I got that. Modulated. Okay, something's going on funky here because I got no delay, which is annoying. Alright, so the signal's going through there, going to that, going to that. Kerosene, so let's get rid of that now. Down for normal, okay. Blend time, right? Yeah, what is it? Someone just commented my Lazy J's video sucks because it doesn't even sound that good. What the actual... Yeah, I know, right? Probably. Okay, what is going on with this thing? Show me the manual. What's going on here? Okay, just give me the... What's he there? Yes, yes, yes. Don't care about that. Just show me the whatsy. There's a manual. Nope. Okay, so what's that? Okay, so that's the delay blend. So what's going on there? Nope, not answering the phone. Not in today. Okay, so how's this work? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so don't care about that. Do you not just have like an instruction manual or something? Why would you not just have an instruction manual? Seriously. Okay. So are they feeding into each other or are they parallel? Divided by 13 amps. Yeah, they're not the greatest. Delay blend, delay time, delay rate, delay repeats. Go away. Okay. Time, blend, rate, repeat. So it is that, right? Okay, something's going on funky here. Okay, so that's now working, but why is this side not working? Oh my god, seriously. Cannot win. Alright. Oh my god, who is it that is trying to call, and why are you trying to call on the day off? No, don't know who you are. Alright, so how is this connected then? So one would assume that might actually be something to do with this side then, if there's something going on there, if I've missed something. Alright, hush up. Go away. Okay, the extended warranty thing is... I don't get it. As an Australian, we don't have that kind of thing here. We have, like, consumer protection laws. I have no idea what this, extended, where it would like to contact you about your car's extended warranty thing. Like, I got no idea, man. It's just not a thing that happens here, you know. See if that maybe works. Yes, scalp is healthy. For a man of my age who still somehow manages to have the hair that I do, I'm impressed. Oh, it's alright. I'll end up like Brad one day. And I can stick my head in the Shino Bolo. Homer, did you stick your head in the Shino Bolo? No. Okay. So it's bypassing, but it's not coming back. Seriously, what the hell? Stay here. Keep forgetting to bloody plug in my whatsy. Kept cleaning the tip of my desoldering tool, no joy. Light bulb moment, actually remove the accumulated solder. Yeah. Oh god. Oh, seriously, what is going on here? No. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. So how is this working? Seriously, what is stopping this thing from working? Oh, how annoying. Because it's just a standard PT2399 in there as well. That's all it is. So it's going up through there, going there, and then it's being passed back down. But what is happening? Let's try working on some of these solder joints a bit more then. Okay. Just on the off chance that they're plugged or connected in a particular way. So we're on bypass. In we go. Ay. Right. Well, that ain't it. Okay, so it's bypassing. The signal is not doing what it needs to on the spin FV1. Right. Right. Well, that's been in the dairy area, isn't it? I hate these repairs. You get to the end, it's like, awesome, that thing's working, but then something else is now no longer working. Like, can I have a break, please? Can I just have things that, like, not screw up? That would be nice. Thank you, please, and thank you. Bye-bye. Right, so we've got that there. Let's just see, just quickly circuitry something. Like, come here. Come here. Everything's in the way. Right, input there. Power goes there. That goes there. Get the scope out. Alright, scope. Output on, check. Right. Y'all can connect there. Check the input. Yep. So we got that going to there, which is fine. So that's the delay there, right? Come here. Delay there. There's ground. Which one of you pins is connected to ground? That one there. How annoying. Come on, connect. No. You... Yeah, that's ground pin though. Right there. Cool. Alright, so how is this going in? There. No. There. Alright. Good, the chip for the delay be fried and the rest of the circuit operate. Potentially. Potentially. But the problem is it's all buried underneath everything. They use the buffered and true bypass mode on there, as well as they switch between the two of them, which is a real headache, real pain in the butt. Alright. So I've connected to that, just making sure that I haven't shorted anything. I don't think I have, but just on the off chance. Because I haven't missed anything on top, have I? Let me check my image history. Because that goes there. And then I got the other one, which is the other side. Come here. Not that one, not that one. There we go. So those two go there. That one goes to there. That one doesn't connect to anything. Neither do those. That one goes to that corner, which works fine. Okay, so if they're doing okay, let's just... Because how is that signal flowing? Randy Upchurch, howdy. What solder iron do I use? On the bench here, a Hacko 701 desoldering station that's as old as Methuselah, but it works. Does what it needs it to do. Okay. How else do I power it on? Duh. Obviously that's passing through there. That's going through to there, which is fine. It's going to there, which is fine. This one goes to there, fine. Oh, that one go back to. Okay, so yep, so that one goes over to the R, to the resistor over that side. It goes to there, R47. Yep. So we got that there, we got that there. None of those need worry. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Right. Stay. Okay, so let's just see which way that they've put that then. Alright. So we're on bypass. Bypass there. Tip there, no, tip there. There we go. Tip goes there. Should go into here first. Nothing there, cool. Alright, let me switch it over to that side. Nice. I don't even get customers in here anymore. Yeah, things are so quiet. It is ridiculous because ain't nobody got no money, unfortunately. Nobody got nothing. Not out this way anyway, where all the big, massive, what's-his, you know, the things, brain work. Mortgages, that stuff. Mortgages going crazy. Alright, so where's PT2399 datasheet? Alright, fine. PT2399 datasheet. The things with the stuff, yes. There we go. Alright. PT2399. Modulator, VCO, A ground, digital ground, VCC, reference. Okay, Alright, so input, we're going in by pin 16. Output by pin 15. Alright, let's see if we've got anything going on there. How the hell am I going to reach under there? Okay. C1 there, I might just be able to reach it. How annoying. Okay. Repairability, now what's that? Okay, pin. Pin 16 goes in, pin 15 out. See, pin 16, I've got anything there. Okay. So I got nothing getting to pin 16. Alright, so I got some stuff going on there on pin 15. What controls that? Repeats, right. Alright, I'm going to change over to the analog scope, just for the quicker refresh rate on that. Okay. Alright, so the level control is going fine. Where is it feeding to? It should be working. Seriously. Hush you. Alright. Itchy. Now if I grab. There's a 1/4 inch. Alright. Hold it. Yeah, nah. Not gonna auto beat myself. Just gonna not flare. Make it PG-13 and all that jazz. Easiest way to make money, you know. Okay. So I've got this here for that, and where's my other one? Should have another jumper around somewhere. Hush you. Oh, one more. Where are we? Down there. Oh, come here. Oh. Excuse me. There's all my jumpers. Nope. There we go. That's one. That'll do. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Nope. That will though. Come here. Come on. Ow! Right in the head. Oh yeah. Okay. Hush you. It's ground out there. Still, it's oscillating like a mofo. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Hush you. That's why. Alright, so I do have signal there, so what's going on? Unless theoretically this switch is also balked. Wouldn't you? Which would probably be the way it would be, wouldn't it? Alright. Now I've got to figure out how this thing is connected and where it is connected to, if I've got any chance of hope of fixing it. Because going into the delay first and then going for the delay to the reverb, so one would assume that it's probably down here where things are kind of going a bit funky. Hushed up. Ay, ay. Can never make things easy, can they? Doop, boop, 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 boop. I can hang up there. Wrong one. That one. That one. There we go. Alright. So we've established now that there is a delay circuit. There is delay, it is working, it's doing what it needs to do, but the question is where is it going to and how is it getting there? So I'm going to have to take a look at the circuit and eyeball it and see if maybe it's got something to do with that switch on the other side that's causing it. I don't know, I don't think so. Because that's the level of it there, which is the blend control, but it doesn't have the dry signal going to it as well. So that's going from there down to there, follow it down R8. I have no idea. Because if this is going from here up to there, that might explain it. So if this is just being used as like a kill dry button, a kill wet button, as opposed to like a true bypass, because it's never actually like really bypassing it, I don't think, because I think it's always constantly engaged, potentially. Let's see. I've got that there, I've got this here. Oh, amp on would help. Okay, that's a thing. Okay, so maybe not. I think that amp's finally on its way out. Might have to do something about the the shit brown special, as we call it here. What is causing that to go bad? Because the delay was working previously. Alright, I think this is going to be one where I'm going to have to contact the company and see if they'll be ever so gracious to give me some, like, pointers as to where to start searching for this issue and how it's connected. Heaven forbid they'd actually give, like, schematics or something so I could repair it properly, but no! They'll want to hide their secret special sauce or something. Annoying. Frustrating to say the least. Okay. What's next up on the queue? That can go out of the way. Move that thing out of the way. Damn thing. Later. Ass one. Each one. Stay. Alright, I want this thing. Yeah, there we go. Wait, actually, better get that off. Just in case. Come here. Come here, you. There we go. Cool. So yeah, this is the clone duva that is dead. Customers plugged it into the wrong power supply and let out le magic smoke. So that could be a number of things, but it's most likely just going to be one thing, which will be the boost buck converters in them, because these use like a 1044 type chip. It gives the plus minus rails and some voltage boosting and all that kind of good stuff. Come on. And this one. Cool. So yeah, it's a clone. It's clone. That thing. Yeah. Thankfully, at least it's through hole, so it won't be the worst thing in the world to try and repair. Now, let's see. 9 volt. I love it how, like, you know, it just says 9 volt. All you have to do is put, like, a little symbol beside it to let people know what the polarity is. The assumption is it's 9 volts sent to negative, but it might not be, you know? Whoa, hello, there's a big short. Yes, there is a massive short in there. Yeah, I can feel those heating up straight away. Okay, what do we got? TLO72, and a 7660. Alright. So 7660 will be cactus. I don't want to go to the other one. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's check. Yep. Cool. Sweet. Alright. Faclon. Yeah. Gotta love these names they come up with. Oh, so original. Yeah, so this one is a cooked 7660 charge pump. They could have just used, like, some voltage, like, protection on the input and stuff like that to make sure it didn't do that. And they probably could have also gone for a 1054 instead of a 7660 because it's a higher rated component and the cost's about the same. Just can't convince these cowboys, you know? Come on. Oh, that's super tight. Great. Parts down there. Oh, down we go. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Where is my thing? Where's my goober? Goober. No, there it is. Right, there. No, that's not it. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Too many parts. Too many tools. And we just pulled the muscle. Oh, doing well. There we go. That one there. Oh no, I'm late. Do I have a court date? Court date? I ain't doing nothing illegal that y'all know of. No, basically just working on a Keeley pedal that I got it working, and then another problem has presented itself, and now it is not working. So it's like, cool, fix one problem, have another one behind it. And it's a question of, will this be a time sync pedal or not? Now currently working on an aluminum Falcon. And yes, it is aluminum because it says so on the case. See? Aluminum. Aluminum. So yeah, this one has had an unfortunate event wherein the the wrong voltage supply was plugged in, resulting in a kind of a bit of a boom. It's not like it's even like a catastrophic explosive failure. It's literally just yeah, not working anymore. Plugged it into my benchtop power supply. It's pulling 2 amps. So pulling 2 amps means that it's no bueno. No bueno, man. Alright. Since I gotta desolder these. Where's my little thingy? Where are you? I just realised how they've looped that through there. That's dumb. That's so dumb. Just put a clip on there. Nuke charge pump, of course. Fail clone. This is one of those like prime examples, right, where you can take a circuit and you can improve upon it. I don't like the sound of the clon. Never really heard one that like works well in anything that I would potentially use. But it's not like you couldn't just go through and do like upgrades and such to certain components where you will improve the quality of the unit, its reliability, its operation, and it's not going to affect the tone in any way, shape, or form. But nobody ever thinks that. No, why would they do that? I love it. Loose. Okay. Right, so that's going to be the negative side on that one. Obviously the red one goes to the red one. Pull. Pull. Come on, there you come. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them. They are certainly not my particular taste, that's for sure. But, you know, to each their own, I suppose. So you're going to do a clone, all that kind of stuff. Why would you not like put a lock washer on the inside of this, just to make it like work properly, so it doesn't like go loose? But then again, this is a very, very cheap cross-threaded washer. Nice. Locker, that thing. The Alembic Stratoblaster. Yes, old school. Look at that, I can literally just like push that out. It's that much of a cheap junk bloody jack. How much these things go for, you'd think they would have at least put a decent one on there, but no. Come on. There we go. I mean, some pedals you can like get a bit more out of them when you run them on 18 volts or similar, but the reality is you're feeding them a small signal. That's it. You know, they're only going to amplify up to the rails, and if your rail is like, you know, 9 volts, you're not going to be pushing it all the way up to the rails unless you're really attenuating the crap out of it on the outside. Anything that's analog that runs on just standard op amps, like an overdrive or similar, that doesn't have a charge pump inside of it, you'll be able to run on 18, won't cause too many problems. When you've got something though that like this runs on 27 volts swing internally because it uses the charge pump, you're not going to have a good time with that. Alright. That can go there, that can go there. It's like when people take like EMGs pickups and that and run them on like 18 volts or higher. It changes things so little because the swing on them is like 1 volt. That's it. But, you know, people gonna do what they're gonna do. But then again, I mean, look, weak batteries The one instance I will say that does do a thing is weak batteries in a fuzz face, because the way the fuzz circuit is designed, and if you've never checked it out, I'd highly recommend giving it a read. It's a real interesting website. English isn't the greatest on it, and it is very, very, very dry reading, unless, and you have to have like a decent understanding of electronics to really be able to understand it. But we go into that one there. Right, so this is actually a really, really cool deep dive analysis of the fuzz face, right? Stay. You know, why it was designed, how it does what it does, and all the rest of that, and it also explains with like the power supply why the internal resistance of the battery does change the tone of them. So as that battery ages out, and because what's happening is batteries, as they age and they wear out and they start like losing their power, the internal resistance rises. That's actually how a battery operates and how we know that it's full or not. As that internal as the internal resistance of the battery rises, it's now in parallel with the load of the device there. So this is kind of like circuit analysis, 201, I suppose you'd say. So as that internal resistance rises, the ability to deliver current drops. The ability to drop current drops, then you're going to start having less voltage and yada, 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 all that kind of stuff. But in something like a fuzz face, with how they operate and how every component in it is so interdependent, having a high internal resistance on that battery can change the tone to a pretty significant degree. In saying that as well, fuzz faces are one of those circuits where they sound so different. You'll have two of them that are like, off the line and all the rest of that, almost identical, and they will sound completely different because of how much all the components are interdependent on each other. So when someone says, oh, this particular fuzz pedal, this particular transistor sounds like this and it's amazing, it's like, well, yeah, you get 10 of them side by side, and guess what? They're all going to sound pretty different. But yeah, that Electro Smash site is really, really cool for that. You can jump on there and check it out, have a bit of a read. They do a really good breakdown of stuff like the TS808, and they also do the EMG81 and a couple other cool things. Infectious Grooves announced a gig at UNSW while we're in Japan. No big loss to me, honestly. I know it's a bit of a bummer for you, but, maybe you can see whether they're playing over in Japan. Who knows? Jesus Christ, seriously. Look at how piss tiny those traces are and those pads. Like, they're minuscule. Why? Why make them so small? I mean, Mesa Boogie going to be looking at this thing and going, man, those are some small pads. Just... But yeah, the fuzz face was designed to use a minimum of parts for a maximum of sound. That's it. They weren't designed to be like this phenomenal, amazing thing. They weren't cheap, but they weren't like, oh my god, everything has to be like, fully matched and that. They were used because that's all that was around. That's what they had, Okay. I'm really annoyed at how tiny these bloody traces are. And pads. The worst part is, not even like, it doesn't even, oh, they are through-hole plated, good. I was like, are they not through-hole plated? It's like when these pedals were originally designed in the 90s, the average person didn't quite have access to like digital keycad, digital packages and all the rest of that. But it's current day argument. Current day argument, that's all I got to say. Seeing Boris in Tokyo would be amazing. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. There's a lot of great bands there. There's so many cool acts and that to check out. What was this? Bought a handmade $400 pedal from a maker in Brazil. There's your first problem. I asked him why he didn't place a diode matrix in to prevent power reversal. He stated there was no need, as no one ever reversed power. Yeah, that's a special kind of stupid right there. Oh, but it affects the tone. It makes it not sound as good. No thanks. Alright. You know what's really annoying is I've lost my IC puller. So trying to like pull chips like this is a real pain in the butt. Come on. Out we come. Come out. Ugh, seriously. Forget it. Doing it the smart way. If ever you have an IC or something like this, dip package or similar, zoom right on in there, okay? You want to get rid of that? You want to get rid of it? Get your cutters. Snip, 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 come on, I said snip, here we go. Cut all the legs off, that's it. And then you can just like remove the chip, desolder it. If you're going to remove it anyway, do it that way. Because now we can go on the other side, do the same thing, get it all sorted. Oh, hello stomach. Cool. And on the other side, the IC actually came out. Now those legs, some of them were kind of like trapped. There we go. I got one of them there. Just didn't want to come. Just hanging there. Something I forgot to send you. Ah. Yes, I'll send that off today. I've got to go to the post office. But yes, that I've got that DJI thing. It's literally sitting here in the periphery of my vision. My bad. You know, you gotta be on me constantly. Otherwise I will forget everything. Terrible like that. There we go. Sweet. Cool. Alright. Out of the way, you. A little bit of solder on there. There we go. Huh? Yeah. Thought there was someone coming in my door. Sweet. Alright, everything's all cleared out there. Give this board a little bit of a clean. This was kind of annoying as well, right? For how much these sell for, look how much flux is over that board. Could have at least given it a little bit of a wash or a bit of a clean. But no. Not really into feet. Yeah, you're not Quentin Tarantino. Man wrote that entire scene in From Dusk Till Dawn just so he could do the tequila shot off Salma Hayek's feet. Come on. There we go. Damn thing. You look at any one of his movies, there's actually like sites out there that catalog his the shots that he does for feet. Alright, cool. Now, Max 1050, LT 1054, I should have some of those. Miscellaneous ICs. I really need to organise all this properly. What do we got? 4558. 555 timers. Why do I have so many 555 timers? That's dumb. 4558. Old Duvalaka. What are these? Some LM308s. For those who insist on having them. LT 1054. There we go. LT 1054s. So these are a charge pump that are pin compatible and all the rest of that with the Max 1044 and the 7660 that's used in the Clon circuit. The difference between the Max and the 7660 and the 1054 is that the 1054 and the Max and that, sorry, the 7660 and the Max 1044, you tie pin 1 and pin 8 together, and that boosts the clock frequency to get it out of the audio range for the charge pump. Less noise. The 1054, however, runs that natively, so you don't actually have to worry about that. But according to the data sheet, product notes, and all the rest of that, that won't matter if the pins are tied together. It won't change anything. It'll just operate as it normally does. So thankfully, that's a big plus. Means we can drop one of these in, should hopefully work just fine. Pin 1, oriented correct, come on. Get in there. You teeny tiny bloody pads and traces and grumble grumble. Go. Get in there. Alright. Sweet. Now the problem is with the clons and similar, they use a charge pump on there. So that website I linked before, Electro Smash, they actually also do one which is a they do one for the clon. And they show how much voltage they actually generate internally. So if I go to the clon center, there we go, Control C. Power supply. So power supply on the clon has a 9 volt input, provides positive 9 volts, negative 8.6 volts, positive 4.5, which are your factors there, but you've also got a plus 16.2. So it's taking that negative 8.6 volt and providing a counter one, which is voltage doubled. So it's providing a negative rail and a voltage double rail. So if you put in more than 9 volts, you're getting more than double of that 8.6. So instead of getting 8.6, say for example, you put in like a 12 volt supply, now you're getting negative 12 volt instead. And now instead of negative 18.6 volts, but so whatever it is, that one. Instead of getting that, now you're suddenly getting like more by a lot, over 20 something volts. The ICs in this aren't rated for that. They're going to blow regardless. So it's very important you keep them on just that 9 volt. 9 volt is plenty. It generates its own internal doovers, voltage rails, that thing. Yeah. If it's just a pedal that isn't operating on that, so say for example a Ibanez Tube Screamer or a Boss SD1 or anything like that, they can take 18 volts easily because they're just a regular old analog setup inside of there. So a couple of op amps that they'll handle typically up to about 20 volts, I think it is. 20 volts, some of them. You can get ones that will go higher, for example, the NE33, I don't know. They were used in the Vox AC series amps. Very hard to get a hold of, but I got a stack of them because I had to do Vox service work, so. Yeah. Non-charge pump clones can run at 18. Problem is there are no like clones. Well, a proper clon is reliant on that 27 volts of swing internally. That's how they're designed, you know. Cool. Alright, so give that a bit of a clean. Yeah, like a standard overdrive pedal or similar will run off that 18 volts, no hassle whatsoever. Now, modulation pedals and delays and stuff like that, you don't want to run them higher. Yeah, they're not designed for it. Sorry guys, gotta go blow some snow. Well, that's what she said. We're over 100 inches, 100 feet for the season so far, but at least it's warmed up to 14 Fahrenheit. Wow, that's negative 10 C. Nice. That's a lot of snow. When I go to Japan and that, and I go to places like Enmore, it's like the area with the highest amount of snowfall annually. It's insane. Like some of them, you get like you'll stand next to a bank of snow and it's like 2.5 meters tall just on that. Yeah, Hudson Broadcast and that, they do a similar kind of thing because they run on the transformer setup and that, and they're basically trying to do a Neve preamp clone type thing. So they do run at a higher internal voltage. Come on, in you go. Get one there to you. There we go. Sweet. Excellent. All right. That goes there. That goes there. So we should be able to tighten those on the outside now. Come here. Oh, I said come here. Now, should I be smart? Should I be silly and do a Hail Mary and close it all up before powering it up? Or should I, like, tack in the jack and give it a power up that way? what's annoying about this. I gotta install the jack before I can actually give it a test. How annoying. Ooh. Oh wow, it's almost lunchtime. Getting a wee bit peckish, I think. Not that one, need the other one. There you go. Don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch today. Something cheap because I am poor as anything. Saving money for the trip and all the rest of that in a couple of weeks. Living off a couple of bits and pieces. Yeah, usually when I'm at work, I just go to the Aldi that's down the road from the shop because they've got like cheap sandwiches and stuff like that. Because it's one of those they call it an Aldi corner shop, so it's basically like an Aldi that's like two-thirds the size. The prices are slightly more, but it's local. Wrong jack size. Give me the right one. There we go. Alrighty. That one there, that there. Alright. Cool. I'll just make sure everything's there. I'll just do it finger tight. Except I have to put this thing back in, don't I? So I'm going to put another jack in there. I don't like that one. Don't like it. Power sockets. Got a couple. Is there still a Vietnamese bakery next to Newtown Station? Which Vietnamese bakery? Unfortunately, there have been a lot of them that have closed down recently. You know, rents and all the rest of that. So, for example, Allen's Hot Cake Bread. Everyone knows them. They shut down after like 30-odd years. A lot of the old classics that used to be around are no longer here because it's turned into a bit of a bougie area and the rent is sky high. And also, you know, cost of living crisis and everything. People are spending a lot less money than they were. Yeah, so businesses that were once sort of thriving, and even ones that we're dealing with more like the lower end of town, not the same. It sucks too because unfortunately, you know, Newtown and such has, you know, Newtown, Enmore, they've become less. You know, there's less of like the good food around here than there used to be. It used to be like, you know, you come down, you get some good like cheap lunch and all the rest of that. Nowadays, nah, none of that. None of it exists anymore. And some of the places out here are expensive. They suck. Like, they're so bad. It's like, you want to charge that much for this? But it tastes terrible. Alright, got a lock washer on this one this time. Keep it nice and tight. Yes, tight like a tiger. Yes, you're looking very good, very good. Alright, there we go. Sweet. Alright. There we go. There's a Vietnamese couple here that have a 24-hour donut shop. Nice. That sounds pretty good. I could totally go a donut, actually. Like a nice donut. A good donut. There's a lot of donuts out there that suck. Alright. So that can go there, that can go there. So that's the center pin. And that's the positive. And then that will mean that's the battery. Cool. Alright, so don't have to worry about the battery just yet, but I'll put it in. Come on, get in there. Stay. Lived in Newtown for a number of years. Brilliant food. Yeah. Well, the shop that I actually lease, one of my closest friends actually leased this very shop for a number of years. Because I remember this coming here as a teenager, and this whole area is like Gothic Mile. He came along here, and all the punks and the artists and the goths and that, and they're here. And I was a young like goth kid and that, and hanging out and checking things out, and I loved it. And yeah, it is definitely a different vibe these days. And I just realised I plugged it into the wrong one. Duh. One more time feeling. It's going to go on that one, thank you. Let's try that again. Cool. There we go. Alrighty. That should do the jobby. I just realised there's no lock washers on the jacks either, because why would there be? Jesus Christ. Seriously, an extra like 10 cents on the bill of materials, and it just makes more sense. Yeah, sure. Now, where are they? Where are they? Must organise my stuff better. Nope, that's not them. Where are they? Where to put my lock washers? They're too big. That's not them. Not them. I'll leave them there. No. Seriously, where did I put them? Yeah, I need to really organise my workshop properly. Need to put things where they need to go to. Seriously, where did I put those lock washers though? Ah, no, that's not them. Seriously, brain work. Come on, do the thing. Nope. Oh, hey, my picks. Cool, need them. I wonder where they got to. Okay. Right. Did I drop them? No. Seriously, where to put them? Oh my god. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, pulling it up. Damn. That's not it, that's not it. Then, put it up there. Oh yeah. I did not. That's not it. Alright. Oh, there we go. Nope, that's not it either. Seriously, where did I put them? Might should have some of them. I'll find the parts. Because them must be too big. Not that size. Not that size. Right. Let me check what I got out here. Not them. Aha. Maybe. Don't think that's the size. Okay, the other size. The other ones. Oh, that's where that bag got to. Oh, where that got to. That's not what I want. Late. Aha. There we go. There it goes. Got there in the end. Lock washer. Just a little bit of extra protection just to make sure that it won't come loose for him in future. Next size up. There we go. Earphone keeps turning itself off. In the bin! Yeah! I just use my AirPods Pro. That does the jobby for me. But that's because I'm a fancy bougie mofo. I got me Apple stuff. One of the bonuses I have at Mrs. Works for Apple. Works well. Okay, that one goes there, that can go there, that can go there. Yeah. Okay, now, let's see if I turn this on, if it works. And hopefully it doesn't, you know, pull 2 amps. Hopefully. Let's find out. Nope, that still pulled 2 amps. Why did that pull 2 amps? Somebody has really done a number to this, haven't they? Well, there goes that idea. Alright, let's see if potentially we've got a short on the rail somewhere. Right. Nope. Yeah, I got a short there. Got a short there on that one. And of course, it's a tantalum cap. That's going to be shorted, isn't it? Oh man, nothing can be easy. Everything's got to be hard. Well, stupid me for not testing those things. Yeah. I'm waiting on my new, what's-he to arrive, my new, thing, thermal camera, that thing. But, yeah, let's see what happens when I put a little bit on there, a little bit on that mofo, a little bit there, a little bit there. Alright, let's see. 2 amps current, let's see which one of these heats up. Nah. Yeah, we all know it's going to be that. It's going to be this one. It's going to be the tantalum. There's a tantalum right there. So it's going to be that, right? But just for shits and giggles, let's turn it on, huh? So that's pulling 2 amps at 1 volt. It can't put it cannot do it, Captain. It is at maximum. Oh, that'll be way. There we go. 3 amps. 3 amps, what do we got? 3 volts. No, wait, 1.9 volts, 3 amps. Aha. Yep, right there. That's the one. Alright, so we got shorted Zener. And potentially that there, yeah. Alright, so what's the Zener doing on this again? Bring out that thing. Put my draw battery on. Nah, I'm just gonna get a thermal camera. It's easier. You know, I don't want to do everything punk rock, damn it. Sometimes I just want things to like be easy. I'm lazy, man. Okay, what do we got? 1N4742. .12-volt Xenon. Okay. Because yeah, that's going to be the short right there, isn't it? Yep. That looks about right. Walkies. Nice. I'm going to sort this thing out, and then I'm going to have me some lunch. Go find some food. Yes, a clone. Just what the world needs, another one. That's right, I need to do these finger tight. Things will never be easy, so you may as well have fun doing it. But I don't enjoy that. I don't like doing things harder than I have to, or wasting more time than I have to. I don't, you know, I like to find the problems, because I already have enough self-doubt at the best of times. So when I'm having to fight things, because of the way that my brain processes stuff, it gets really discouraging. Like, I don't like it. I like to find solutions for people and that, and, you know, make things work. I can work on my own equipment or whatever else, and I can just mess around. Sure. Not so bad, but, you know. Working on other people's stuff where I'm charging money for it, you know. I just want things to be quick, easy, so I can send them on their merry way with their stuff and make them nice and happy, make my money. The best part was when he gave me my money. That whole thing. Yeah, get my phone. Come on. Yeah, we're going to be one of these ones. Alright, let's just cut it out. Cut it out. Bonk. Yeah, that should be pretty well dead short, one would assume. Unless I'm an idiot. Yep, that's short. This going bad. That's bad. That's bad. Drugs are bad, okay? Staring at the back of my head as we do. Okay. I've never used an arc welder. Wait, I lie. When I was at TAFE, we had to use spot welders. Yeah, spot welders for doing metal work, because when we were doing that, surprisingly part of the units were like regular engineering as well, so that's why I know how to do technical drawings and stuff. I haven't done them in years, so it would take me a while to remember, but, you know, did them previously. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, no. What was I doing? That's right, that thing there. Do. Okay. Yeah. Good old Elton John. A classic. Cause I'm a rockin' man. Oh yeah, okay. That one there. Come on. Give me the thing, would you? Go it. Fine, go that way then. Pick which way you're going and go it, damn it. Okay, now you're gonna get that. Come on, Yeah, I did. I did sing. I learned to sing when I was young. I was in choir. I did all that kind of stuff, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. You guys are funny. Yes, I am. Thank you. I'm here all week. Try the veal. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Just use this goober because it's a little easier. I say easier. Easier in my butt. I need to get another bloody solder sucker. I need to find a solder sucker that I can hold like this and press a button down there to release it, not having to hold it all the way up here, because unfortunately, interesting fact about me, right? With the way that my body works, it's very strange. You know how normally people like can bend their wrist and all the rest of that and get 90 degrees? Right? That's my wrist at straight. That's as far back as I can actually bend it. That's it. I cannot bend my wrist back any further because the tendons are too short or something. There's something going on. If I like bend my knuckles like that, I can bend it back, but if I have my fingers straight, that is as far as I can actually bend it. That's it. So trying to hold them the way some guys do, where it's like trying to hold like that, doesn't work. It's annoying. I forget, I'll just use the gun. Use a gun! Think like an American. Use a gun. Okay. There we go. Okay. Give it a bit of a clean. There we go. Alright. Flux off. Good. I ain't got no soul, sucker. Yep. Okay, where's my Zenas? Zena. Give me Zena. Zena diodes, there we go. I need 12 volts. 33, 11, 9, 12. There we go. 12 wee Zena. Go out of loop. Alrighty. Okay. Let's put a new Zener in. Should hopefully do the jobby. In that so. Get out of the way. There we go. Alright. We're good there. Yeah, we're good there. They can go in the bin. Where's my... There it is. Right there. Okie dokie. Get up in there. Go on. So for those who are just tuning in or weren't paying attention or whatever the case may be, this one is a clone that the customer has plugged the wrong power supply into. So instead of 9 volts, they copped like 18 or something, causing it to go pop. These do not like being on anything other than 9 volts because they use a charge pump system inside to get higher and negative voltages internally. This specific one is an aluminum Falcon. Aluminum Falcon, you know, that. The Aluminum Falcon by PCE Effects. Is it worth what they sell it for? In my professional opinion, no. 2/3 price, half the price, maybe. But for how much they sold them for, PCB isn't quite up to snuff. Rather than just like bending over the like components to fit in there, they could have just had them standing upright. You know, wouldn't have made any difference. Sticking with the sort of lower power 7660 charge pump, not the way I would have done it. I would have just used a 1054 because why not? And yeah, I mean, you know, probably would have put in better voltage protection and all the rest of that to protect all the components internally. But not the case this time around. So this one had a blown charge pump, but it also looks as though it had a dead Zener as well. There, oh, there's the thingy. I am missing... Am I? Is that it? No, that's not it. Is it? Or do I just have excess? Why do I have extra? Does they go on the outside, don't they? Oh, there we go. That's the one. That's the one. Found it. So I must have put in the wrong one. Yeah, warm audio ones are kind of hit and miss. It's kind of cool they did a copy of the phaser though, the Roland ones, because Roland have an absolute disdain for their old designs. They don't want to reissue them. It's like Black Corporation. They do the modern versions of the CS80, the Deckard's Dream, and they do the Isenin, which is a modern recreation of the Jupiter 8, which apparently was supposed to be like done in cooperation with Roland, but the project fell apart, so they just ended up releasing it themselves. So, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, just gonna do it on their own. No, that's right. Come here. Come here, you. Da, da, da. That goes there. That one goes there. Yeah, a lot of companies don't tend to think of longevity of products or anything like that. If they're cloning someone else's design, they're just literally cloning it. That's it. It's like, oh yeah, here we go. I'm just going to make it one-to-one. There we go. I just not going to think of anything myself. Not going to think how can I update this product for modern use. Unobtainium op amps. Yep. The worst part is an op amp's an op amp in pretty much any of these circuits, with the exception of something like the LM308, which the OP07 is a functional working chip in the RAT circuit. Because the main thing is with those, once again deferring back to that Electrosmash website, is that it's got to do with the slew rate and how all of that works. So the slew rate being so terrible on them results in the circuit basically falling over when you gank the gain on them. There we go. Cool. So 4558 or similar in there does sound different. That's why the Ibanez Fat Cat distortion pedal they did was based on a RAT, but sounded very different because it used a 4558 or similar op amp. All right, let's see what happens now. Ah, there we go. Now we got some life. Sweet. Running 9 volts. 40 milliamps. Bonza. Here we go, where are I? Let's see what it sounds like with the old shop guitar. Okay. Almost plugged the guitar back into itself. Nice. I'm having a normal one this afternoon. That thing. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about, right? Come on. I know you wish for the embrace of sweet death, but it's not happening just yet. I found a lot of older pedals, modern op amps weren't even biasing them because their designs relied on the RCA chips, which would bias at extremely low voltages. So I have a stash of old 4559s. Like, what pedals are we talking about there? Because pretty much all of them ran on like 071s, 072s, 4558s. I can't think of anything that's using like 4559 stock. The DoD big box ones use RCA 4558s. I've worked on a bunch of those, putting modern 4558s in there, no problems. They worked easily. The bias voltage is only 1 to 2 volts sometimes. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've not really had any issues with them on that front there, like the old, like distortion 2s, distortion 3s. They worked okay. You know. I can't say I've had the same problem with it. It tended to work well, but yeah, who knows? Yep, it works. Does what it says on the box. Oh, man. Yep. Yep, alright, works now. Alright, cool. Bag it, tag it, send it back to the customer. Get away. Bow, bow, bow. Good out. Sweet. Line all those up. Yeah, like I said, I've not really had any issues with them there. I've had numbers of them that come in over the years. Even like the delays and all that. Can't say I've had any kind of issues with them. Me on my way to you. Do 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 do. Me on my way to you. There we go. Okay, that one's done. Come on. There we go. Alright. I need to next size down. Do. No, come here, you. Oi. Right, shouldn't have done that. Wonderful, annoying box. It doesn't have anything to stop the lid moving where it's going to move, so I've got to hold it in place. Rather than just putting like a lip or something in there and making so it doesn't work, you know. Yeah, the old DoD pedals weren't exactly great. There we go. Alright. Sweet. Alright. That one's good. Call the customer up, let them know that's done tomorrow. Because I ain't doing it today. I ain't got in the bin. Alright, so yeah, that was all fun and games and all that kind of jazz. Let's go there. No, I want that one. That window. I have too many things. Go to there, and I'm going to switch it over to... There, nice. So yeah, that's pretty much me done for the day. Didn't jump online yesterday because I had a on-site repairs and that to deal with. I had to fix the Yamaha YDP 142 and help a gentleman with setting up a home studio. So that was good fun. And now I'm going to go grab me some lunch. Yeah. If I decide I'll stream or something at some point, I'll do it at some point. But otherwise, I'll be back on Monday and Tuesday next week because that seems to be a fun way of doing it. Gets me through repairs, gives me a chance to do some things and that. Yeah. And now I look like less of a hobo too. Thank you much, Lulu. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'll probably end up setting up a stream schedule at some point in the future because I've got to set up a couple of things, including cross-streaming to like Twitch and all that as well. If I'm going to play the game, I'm going to play it properly. I got to finish doing more of the display and overlay type stuff, finish up the audio things too. Yeah, because I've got to sort that out. Hopefully this Yamaha audio interface arrives soon. So I'm going to start doing some more demo-y type stuff. But the problem is the demos are going to sound absolutely awful because I have so much noise in here, like just ridiculous levels. Because I think it's partially because of the the Ethernet over power line, but also 100-year-old building and a lot of other things connected. So unless I figure out some way to get rid of the noise here, every demo is going to be loud as hell. It's kind of what stopped me from doing a lot of demos of like the products here too and setting up, because if I do it, all you can hear is just in the background, constant clicking and noise. It will be like bzzz. Nothing about doing, unfortunately. Yeah, so on that note, I'm going to go find me some lunch.